Now, my mum recently turned 70, and she really is amazing, courageous, raised 6 kids, always stood up for the little man, like a real hero of mine, and I realised she's not going to be there forever. Like, have I asked her all the questions I wanted to ask? You know, have I tapped into that amazing wisdom? And so I did it. I sat down with Mum the other day and I said, Mum, can you just tell us, what does it mean to be an adult? And she paused, she said, good question, Will. Adulthood is that beautiful and cherished time of your life when you finally get sick and tired of hallucinogen-filled casual sex and strange beds in places you can't pronounce with men with IQs lower than Labradors. And Will, that time is just before you die! So you hush up. Dreams? But it actually did get me thinking, adulthood, what is it? It's that transition from childhood and childhood dreams and maybe slightly unrealistic childhood dreams to, you know, transitioning to that quicksand of compromise and melancholy. Bit heavy, but think about it. How many of you as kids had dreams of, oh, Mum, one day I want to be an insurance actuary? You didn't. In fact, so many of our childhood dreams are unrealised. They were unrealistic. We never were that PM. Think about it. I'm sure some of you, as 5 years old, dreamed of being some Olympic hero like Grant Hackett and then wake up 20 years later in a drunken stupor being evicted from a domestic flight. Shit, that dream is achievable. But for me as a 10-year-old, I had a very different dream. I had a dream of being picked out of the X Factor lineup and being catapulted into international stardom. Didn't happen. In fact, the closest I've come to that dream was in a recent holiday to country Victoria. And I was visiting my brother, and he's like a local policeman, and I was going to see him, the fan, it was going to be great, and I stupidly volunteered to go in a police lineup, you know, ID parade. Just help my brother out, that's fine. I accidentally got picked out of the lineup. And do you know what that means, though? Actually think deeply what that means. It means I look more seedy and dodgy than a sex offender, an actual sex offender. So anyway, my brother apologised and he said, but we're going to have to lay charges. Can't be playing favourites with siblings. I'm on fucking holiday, bro. Let the courts decide that. Fucking pigs. But transitioning, if we will, to spiritual violations and rapists is not a very good transition. But my current bugbear is motivational coaches, life coaches, people who fill you with positivity. You can achieve everything you dream of. And recently at Christmas, we have a big family and had the Kris Kringle, and I got my self-improvement sister. And she gave me a series of 8 life coaches sessions. So a little bit of a judgy gift, you know. But anyway, go Anna. And so I took my, voucher for tomorrow being a better you, and I went down to see Nathan. Nathan's got an office in Coconut Grove. It's this beautiful feng shui troppo designed office, and he said, Will, just take a load off. Cross your legs. Take a deep breath. I'll put on some whale moaning noises. And then I want you to look inside your inner being. And I want you to tell me, what are your 3 greatest life goals, and we're going to achieve those together, Will. So I looked into my inner being, And I said, Nathan, I'm going to tell you something that I've never told anyone. In fact, a little afraid to say it right now, but this is what I've been dreaming of for a long time. I have been dreaming that maybe, just maybe, I could simultaneously kill Andrew Bolt, Carl Sandland, and Peter Dutton in a triple drive-by. Is that 1 or 3 life goals? Nathan wasn't impressed. That's a little too ambitious for the 8-week Better You program. But the other major life goal that you get, and maybe I'm slightly older than some, is having kids, and it's a great milestone. I haven't yet had kids, and I often get that slightly annoying question is, Will, when are you going to settle down and have kids? And it's often followed by some really strange encouragement, some slightly double-edged stuff like, having kids once you get past the perineal tears, it's easy. But they say you're just incomplete unless you have kids. Your world will be better with having kids. I've just got such an amazing life. In fact, it's selfish not to have kids. That's a bit much. And somehow they reckon, me nudging 40, being single and exploring the idea of IVS to achieve my life goal of commercial organ harvesting, that's selfish. Oh my God. And Nathan had the business plan laid out. It's all very achievable. Thank you. I've been Will Crawford. Have a great night.